you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
You finally finished your man cave in the basement. Brand new furniture, huge TV, and all of your collector's items. You're ready for football season. You are so excited until one bad rain and it is all ruined. Don't risk a flooded basement and countless dollars in damages when it can be avoided. Call John Henry's today for a free sump pump estimate for your home.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing.
Arnold's Tavern in Havelock is the place to be this summer and the best place in town for shuffleboard. Come on Wednesdays and learn from some of the best players in town for the shuffleboard corner. Come on Sundays for open house league all day starting at 11 a.m. and enjoy $3 tall boys and $3 wells. Shake off the start to the work week with karaoke on Monday nights. And don't forget, happy hour is every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and you are always welcome to bring in your own food. Arnold's Tavern in the heart of Havelock.
Aloe is turning 20 this year, and we plan to celebrate all year long. Since 2003, Aloe has vowed to put customers first and deliver a drastically different experience. No matter where you live, work, or play, we believe you deserve an affordable, secure, and reliable connection. We're proud to have served our businesses and residents with seriously fast fiber optic service for 2 decades. Thank you for trusting Aloe as your local internet, phone, and TV provider. Follow us on social media to know about the 20th anniversary celebrations in all our Aloe communities.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, mainly sunny skies. Another very hot day. We'll see an afternoon high of around 102. Tonight we'll see a chance of storms, a low of around 71. And tomorrow we'll see a lingering chance of scattered showers and storms. Otherwise, mostly sunny and a little cool. Tomorrow we'll see a high of around 8. Meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at Detroit. Look at Detroit. And the captain.
3-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Touchdown. Vershawn Jackson, number 34, gets the touchdown. Terrell Farley, defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bakovic.
I've talked to a few cats. They said that Bach got some game, man.
Coming at you live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer. Here he is, Vershawn Jackson.
Yes. We're back. The Captain Show, the fastest 2 hours in radio, The Ticket, 93.7 on the black shirt, Terrell Farley, and I'm with
Bach. I'm back too.
Yeah, the Boxer's back. No more Rico.
That's right.
No more playing around in here. Just get straight to business. Oh man, the Captain will be in a little later. Hopefully, he's doing a little tour today. But you know, me and Bach gonna start it off on the 1s and 2s this morning. Bach. First thing I want to ask you, man, you've been gone for a couple of weeks, man. How was your trip?
Oh, it was awesome. I went to the Philippines. I met my wife's family down there. So it was the first time traveling overseas and to a different continent and all that. So very life-changing experience, a lot of fun. Glad to be back, though. I did miss Lincoln, Nebraska by the end. I don't know. I'm just one of those people. I love a vacation. I was on a island destination and all that. But after about 10 or 11 days, I'm kind of homesick now.
How long was the flight?
Oh, the flight was long. It was so I stopped in Taiwan, and then so that flight from Taiwan to the Philippines wasn't long, but from Chicago to Taiwan was like 15 hours.
Whew.
So I watched
with the kiddo.
Yeah, he was pretty good for a 2-year-old. I
should have had a lot of Benadryl for him. Huh? Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
No, he isn't bad. He doesn't usually have an iPad, but we borrowed one, and he likes his iPad. So we'll have to see when I take it away if he doesn't like it. But yeah, I was like looking through their movie selection, and also the flights over there. They feed you, like you don't have to like order anything. They like come bring you a meal a few times for those long flights. But I was looking through like movies, things to pass time. So I watched John Wick 4. I watched like a couple other movies that are like 3 hours long. Yeah.
Oh man, is it in? Did you have to pay for that?
No, they have provided that. Again, I think because it's such a long flight, they just figure.
John Wick 4. I'm a fan of John Wick's.
I am too. I was a little disappointed in the plot this time. The action scenes were good as you can expect with John Wick 4, but there's a lot of there was a lot of like
Keanu Reeves plays a good. That's him, ain't it?
Yeah.
He plays a good role. He plays that good role.
He does. But the thing that bothers me is the same. It's like in any action movie, it's like he fights and he just like kills like 98 people throughout the film. But they all kind of wait their turn to attack him. It's like, why don't you guys just all attack him at once at one of these times?
All right, for you people in ticket country, the last 2 days we've been down at the Big Ten Media Day. The ticket represented. We put our suits on and we walked in as a group. I thought we looked like the anchorman with
That's right.
with what's his name?
Will
Ferrell.
Yeah. But you guys look good in those suits.
We went down and we handled our business good. We met some excellent players, talked to some great coaches. I can tell you a little about my experience right quick from it. I can tell that the players are actually some fashion divas.
Yeah.
They dress to impress, and they walk with that swag. When you walk with that swag and you walk into a building and people turn their heads, that's what you like to see. Like they know what they're doing. This is the moment that they've been waiting for. And I can just tell you, this is going to be a great football season right here for the Big Ten, I think.
Yeah. Now, did the Nebraska players have the same swag, or are you kind of thinking more of the Blake Corums, the Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Yeah, I mean, even the Penn State players, you just say they walk with that, like, I'm here. I'm the man. Like winners. And not saying that Nebraska players didn't come in like that, but when you see the swag that the other players had, because this was the first day. Now, the second day, the first day we ran into Marvin Harrison Jr., who had on Louis Vuitton shoes, who had on a Louis Vuitton bag, and had a suit on.
Now his dad made some money, as I understand, so you might already be ahead in the race there.
Yeah, well, I think his NIL is pretty good,
and his NIL is probably worth.
Yeah, so but just meeting players like that. One person I met, and me and Jay was squeezing on him like a teddy bear, was Wisconsin running back.
Oh, Braylon Allen.
Yeah. This kid right here has an unbelievable body. He's nice. He's humble. He knows what he's doing. He was a big fan of Amon. So thanks to Amon Green, who people recognized who he was once he got there, that it was easier for us to get the running backs to the table.
Yeah.
Because of Amon Green. I'm not going to say because of the ticket or anybody else, but Amon Green made it easier for us to grab Braylon Edwards. He made it easier for us to get Blake Corum over there. And the Blake Corum, I really thought he was bigger than what he was. Short kid.
Yeah.
5'7", 5'8", but he's thick with it.
Yeah.
Very humble. Young man knows what and he talks about his coach great. He talks about his coach like we talked about Coach Osborne. It may be a difference because Jim Harbaugh doesn't have the national titles yet.
Yeah,
but I
don't think Tom Osborne ever got suspended for 4 games.
Yeah, and that's the thing. But we're gonna talk about that later. But
yeah,
like I said, they talked about their coaches. Looking at Luke Fickell, PJ Flick, your man, with no socks on.
Oh yeah,
Luke Fickell, no socks on.
That's their own fashion.
Yeah, like new players, no socks on.
Yeah,
so I'm a sock advocate, so I have to wear my socks. But it was an experience that I'm going to cherish for a lifetime. Hopefully next year I get back and get better and better as I was this year, because it was a learning experience for me. But I did get a question in or two. We're going to talk about Ernest Hausman today and what they said about him. We're going to talk about what's our coach, Matt Rule. Matt Rule's a nice guy. First time meeting him, he knew who I was, and
did he?
And he kind of he looked me up and down, and I looked him up and down. We that's how you feel each other. Like,
yeah.
Hey.
All right.
So but we went to.
Now he's not a particularly tall guy either.
No, he's not tall. He's not tall. He's probably like 5'10".
Yeah.
So we ate at a great place, St. Elmo's Steakhouse. This place had the best cocktail sauce and shrimp. You can ask Jake Sorensen that because he choked out. Trev Alberts choked out. So,
Oh, yeah.
you know, it was kind of spicy because it was cocktail sauce and horseradish. But
Now, that was a big dinner meeting among Husker media and
No,
players, or was that everybody in the Big Ten?
man, it was like every team was there. That's when we first met Braylon Allen there.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So then I got a chance to meet the new head coach from Purdue.
Oh, yeah, Ryan Walters.
Oh, man, young guy. I didn't know he was that young, 37 years old. But I think the way college football is set up now, you want to get younger coaches like him as head coach is 37 years old. Now, I'm not trying to, say like McGuire's 24 or 21 or 24, but this guy, he had the swag just like his players did. It was just a great time to be there.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, it's very cool. I mean, I always love Big Ten Media Days just to watch it from afar and, to see, you guys go in there and rock it out. Like I said, we're looking good. Thanks to Gary Michaels Clothiers, and, we got all the sponsors in there and thanking them, for helping us out with that. But it's cool to see the ticket, and, you were part of it. You mentioned Ahman Green. Kind of have a presence there as well, because.
They was digging us.
Yeah.
Because when we was leaving, we was packing up, the other radio stations beside us, oh, y'all leaving? Man, we had so much fun listening to you guys. I said, we do this every day.
Yeah.
We do it every day. We rotated. We didn't have a set schedule.
No.
We probably started our shows off together, but, one segment it'd be me, Ahman, DP, VJ. Next segment it'd be me, Jay, Ahman, and VJ. We just rotated. Jake, we'll throw Jake Sorensen in there every once in a while. So, because he started off early in the morning. So, but we didn't start off as early as Jake. Because I was up at 6 every morning. I was drinking coffee. But, it was something that you have to cherish, and that you wonder what other conferences besides the SEC with 3,000 people that they had their reporters. But I think the Big Ten is looking up. It's a great conference. Probably gonna add some more teams to it. We'd like to see Utah probably get in there.
It looks like the Pac-12 started getting pillaged.
Yeah, they're getting pillaged because they don't have a TV contract.
Yeah,
and that's a sad thing about them. So why wait so late? And the Big 12 is going to get any teams they can get. Now they're talking about Washington and somebody else going to the Arizona going to the Big 12. So besides Colorado's going back to the Big 12 now.
Yeah.
So they voted on that. So
which is interesting, and too, in my mind too, kind of just thinking of it obviously from the program's perspective, but for Deion, he wiped this team clean, so he's doing a brand reset to begin with. And there was always the speculation in Colorado, if you can imagine a move like this didn't just come out of nowhere. It's probably, it's been debated or kind of thought about since Deion took the job. But we saw, especially with Bo Pelini and just in general, Colorado part of it, it's tough to change conferences. It can be tough on a coaching staff, and it can be tough on a program. A lot of these programs haven't had success changing conference over the last 10, 12 years, Nebraska included, and Colorado included. They went to the Pac-12 and had 2 winning seasons.
Now, as you say that, do you think Nebraska's Big Ten ready player-wise? Do you think we have the players for the Big Ten?
I think that they've had the wrong focus, philosophy, identities with their last 2 coaching hires. I understand Scott Frost. You got to strike while the iron's hot there with a former player, regardless of his philosophy. But that's what I like about Matt Rule. I think that I don't know if they have like the players or I don't think that this is necessarily a championship roster or anything. But I do think they're going to be, and especially coming out of Big Ten Media is another thing that kind of makes you feel good is obviously Matt Rule has a lot of sayings there, but I don't think they're going to lose too much from a lack of details. And I think with the last 2 coaching staffs, I think that was a bit of a problem. It's kind of this big picture, where we're going to be in 6 months, where we're going to be in year 2, where we're going to be in 3 years, and not this kind of step-by-step, day-by-day thing that Matt Rule's emphasizing. Just to answer your question straightforward, I think this roster, and we'll wait and see, I think this is probably I have stats to back it up. This is probably the worst roster that's been inherited by a coach. I think this is the worst place a program has been in for Nebraska. And that's not to put it all down. That's just that's to give credit to where, if Matt Rhule is to bring it up, is we have to acknowledge where it is, which it hasn't. You haven't been to a bowl game since 2016. I think they've had rosters capable of going to bowl games, and the coaching staffs have let them down over the last several years. So I don't think it's as bad as just the facts, just the wins and losses. But at some point, you can't deny the facts and the wins and losses. Nebraska's been at the bottom of the Big Ten West for 6 years. I mean, that's something.
Yeah. And the thing about it, I just think we need, I see the offensive lineman coming around. I see we're getting better at offensive line. Not necessarily the play, but the players you're picking now.
Yeah.
We're getting good at that. Now we still need to get size on the defensive line. I think we can get better at linebackers. I think we can get better.
Yeah.
This year might be just you have to roll with what you got.
Yeah.
DBs, I think we're great right there. Receivers, I want to see guys like Marvin Harrison. Met this kid. Man, kid is 6'4".
Yeah.
6'4". Humble, nice, soft-spoken. Doesn't look like the type of guy that plays football, like the moves he gives you on the field. Blue Louis Vuitton shoes.
Yeah.
Louis Vuitton book bag or shoulder bag or whatever, men purse. Whatever you call it.
A satchel.
Yeah, satchel. But it was fun. It was great. Good experience. If anybody ever has a chance to do it, if you ever have a chance to go back, take advantage and run with it, because this is something that's gonna stick in your head. It's still in my head today.
Yeah.
I got this. It's just good feeling. I'm happy I'm with the ticket and everything that goes with this.
Yeah. Yeah, I think our coverage was great, and I think that there's a lot that we can break down throughout the show from that, because I think it does kind of reset the football season. I think you feel like fall camp's around the corner. It's kind of, to me, it always is kind of that you kind of breathe. You've been waiting for football season. It's almost here.
It's here.
It's here. Yeah.
It's here.
Yeah.
I mean, from the NFL to college, a month away, we'll probably be watching football.
Yeah.
But even the next 2 weeks, we'll be watching NFL preseason. It's a thing that we don't know what college football is going to do, because we can have college football preseason in the next couple of years. You never know how they're going. If the money's there and the teams are willing to do it, hey, that's a thing that they can talk about.
Well, and two, I think you wonder in the future with these, all these teams and these super conferences becoming, is how many more non-con games are needed. Why even still take care of the smaller schools? Now you're going to schedule victories and tradition and all that, but as we expand and as these conferences get bigger and bigger, why not just play all your conference games? And if not, to kind of your point, if you are going to have a non-conference game or two, is that more of a preseason type of thing? Is that, how much is that going to factor into, the playoffs? And we'll kind of see how the playoffs, when you have 12 teams in the playoffs, how much that's going to kind of change the way things are. So college football is ever evolving. I think the Pac-12 is going to get picked apart here. We've been wondering for years. At times it looked like it was going to be the Big 12. And, I wonder, I know a lot of people don't like the change, but ultimately you get a playoff. Maybe it's all for the good. People, kids are getting paid. It's certainly going to be way different, and is way different than your dad's college football, but or your bigger brother's college football or football 2 years ago. I mean, it just keeps changing. But hopefully it's for the best, and eventually I think if we all can make the adjustment, it's looking, and we wondered for years, well, what's going to happen is, when the Big 12 is out there, it's like, is Kansas and Iowa State not going to be picked up, and they're going to be a group of five, and how weird is that going to be? I think throughout all of this, if it ends up being that, after all this change, and hopefully a lot of it's for the better, if Oregon State and Washington State aren't in Power 5 conferences, and that's the worst thing that happens, I don't think they're already underdogs, so they'll just play a bigger underdog role.
Yeah. So when we come back, we're gonna have Nebraska on the board. We're gonna start off the day with Media Day, and we're gonna start it off with Nebraska and Coach Rhule, and listen to some of the things that him and the players had to say, and we'll break it down to the whole Big Ten.
Sounds good to me.
All right. We are powered
by
Bauer. The Ticket, 93.7.
I heard you and Jack had a disagreement.
Yeah, he says I keep things from him.
What are you going to do?
He loves the Nebraska Lottery's Powerball First Millionaire of the Year promotion. So I'll buy a Powerball with Power Play and Double Play ticket before August 14th, and I could be one of 15 winners of $1,000. I'll also be entered for a chance to win a trip to New York City for New Year's Eve and a chance at $1 million.
$1,000? That should make him happy.
Depends.
On what?
If I decide to tell him I won.
Powerball top prize odds 1 in 292 million. The Nebraska Lottery presents one beautiful crazy scratch ticket and promotion. It's the $5 Living Lucky with Luke Combs scratch ticket with a $50,000 top prize. Enter non-winning Luke Combs scratch tickets for an opportunity to win a trip to Nashville, a private concert with Luke at the Ryman Auditorium, and a chance at $500,000. The Living Lucky with Luke Combs concert experience will hit you like a hurricane. Detailed at nelottery.com. Living Lucky with Luke Combs scratch ticket top prize odds 1 in 128,000.
Arnold's Tavern in Havelock is the place to be this summer and the best place in town for shuffleboard. Come on Wednesdays and learn from some of the best players in town for the Shuffleboard Corner. Come on Sundays for Open House League all day starting at 11 a.m. and enjoy $3 tall boys and $3 wells. Shake off the start to the work week with karaoke on Monday nights. And don't forget, happy hour is every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and you are always welcome to bring in your own food. Arnold's Tavern in the heart of Havelock.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Ready to upgrade your combine with new technology to make your harvest more efficient, meaning more money in your pocket? The team at Landmark Implement is here to help find the right combine for harvest. Plus, when you purchase a pre-owned combine from Landmark, you are backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network, along with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you up and running, reducing downtime. View inventory online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local.
Husker fans, register your kids for the Nebraska Kids Club today. Don't miss your chance to get free tickets, exclusive events, and concessions vouchers for this Husker season. For only $35, your kids can get all of that and more. For more information, visit huskers.com/kidsclub. Do you have a newborn or know someone who does? Their infant membership is the perfect gift for your newest Husker fan. They even have a free membership option. Visit huskers.com/kidsclub today. The Nebraska Kids Club, presented by Hy-Vee. Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is your go-to place in Lincoln for repairs and maintenance for diesel pickups to Class 8 over-the-road trucks and trailers, from bumper pole utility to full-size semi. Gray performs DOT inspections and are a service provider for fleet companies like ARI, Element Fleet, and FleetNet. They're a family-owned business in operation since 1952, and they keep a clean, friendly shop. Customer service is their top priority. Give Gray Diesel and Equipment Services a visit today, with easy access just off I-80 and North 56th Street.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving. Go cardio crazy in our clean and spacious clubs, or get down with some dumbbells and strength equipment. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month. It's glow time. See Club for details.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions. Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yes. Yes. The Ticket, 93.7. We're back. Let's look at some of the texts right quick, Bob, before we jump into it.
All right. It's the People's Show, too. And never forget this.
Antonio James says, let me get to him. Man. He says, kids dressing and wearing clothes like that is ridiculous. Well, they got that money now.
Yeah.
So, Marvin Harrison probably was the best shoes. But I think Blake Corum had the best outfit on. Period.
Yeah, that blue outfit.
That blue. And then he had
that.
BG in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
BGC or something. Probably had his
initials, yeah.
But there was an Spotted Cow says, oh man, you guys crushed it at the Big Ten Media Day. Thanks for the coverage. No, we thank y'all, and that's our job to bring the news to y'all. We set up. We knew we had a good audience, so it was a good day for us. Good 2 days.
Yeah.
Feel sorry for Jake for driving us all the way up there. And
I saw you guys napping. Jake didn't get a chance to nap on the way.
We didn't help Jake drive.
No.
Yeah, he was being a meanie, so we just let him drive himself.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so let's hit some of these little quotes or little talk we got from we're gonna start it off with Nebraska. So who we got first there, Bob?
Well, let's start off with Matt Rule, and then as we're kind of going throughout it, we can kind of talk about some of the things he said in the interview here. Here was I think DP. There's a few other guys sitting down with Matt Rule.
Me, VJ, and
yes,
DP.
Okay, all right, here it is.
Showstopper. It's the main event. It's why you showed up today. It's why we are all here. It is our pleasure. It is our honor to bring in Nebraska football head coach Matt Rule. Coach, what's happening, kind sir? How are you?
It's good to be here with you guys.
Hey.
I like old school. I like that.
Yeah,
It's about time.
yeah, the old heads. I will forgive. I will ask for forgiveness in advance for Vershawn. We know who he is.
That first of all, we better stop it there and just chuckle at that because that's kind of funny.
Yeah, Vershawn was like a kid in the candy store. He was chopping. He was like,
oh yeah.
He was ready. He was on point.
You can see the excitement whenever they got a
yeah,
big name sitting down.
Because this is our first time sitting down with Coach Rule on the radio, and I think he did an excellent job. I think he had some good points. I think that I kind of changed my perspective of him. Not saying it was bad, but he's a coach for his players. If he can turn this program around, he's going to be here a long time.
Yeah. Let's get more into the interview. I just thought it was funny, a little shot of BJ there.
So, Coach, first of all, Big Ten Media Days, Lucas Oil Stadium. What's this feel like for you?
Oh, this is great. It was really cool for the three guys we brought with us. We took them to dinner last night. Having this experience. Obviously the games are the games, but having a chance to do these things, it's really fun. It's really good, and it sets the stage for like you want to end up here. So you start here, you want to end up here, and it's good to be here and feel it and see the other coaches, see the other players. I mean, I was always looking at the other coaches like, all right, I'm gonna see him on this day, I'm gonna see him on that day. So it gets the competitive juices flowing a little bit, which is good.
I did want to pause it there too, because I think there's already some interesting quotes there. First of all, I don't know if you heard from Mike Loxley, the Maryland coach. He made a point out of it, and I think this is year 4 for him. And he said the first 3 years he didn't talk about championships. At Big Ten media, he never brought up the word because they just didn't. It wasn't that time in the program. And then Mike Loxley this year purposely brought up championships, and there you hear Matt Rule acknowledging that you want to end up in Indianapolis. Now, I'm not saying that was kind of his theme of the day, is that we're going to take the Big Ten West or anything like that. But it is kind of interesting just because, the Mike Loxley comments that Matt Rule's not necessarily shying away from that being the goal. And in year 1, that's interesting. He didn't say championship. We all kind of know the Big Ten West has struggled once you get to that championship game, but for that to be a goal for Nebraska, you have any kind of problem with that, or you think that's where it should be, considering the competition in the Big Ten West? That now the difference between Nebraska and Maryland in that situation of bringing up championships is Maryland plays in the most difficult division probably in the sport. Arguing alongside the SEC West or East down there, depending on the year, and the Big Ten West is a lot more open, and so that's why to me. I didn't have a problem or any sort of thing like that. I think it very well should be the goal to win the Big Ten West this year.
I mean, it's always a goal to have. Your top goal should be to win the Big Ten West. Your top goal should be able to play in the Big Ten championship. That's what goals are for. Not necessary that you're going to reach that goal, but the goal is to win. The goal is to get your team to perform at a level that they're comfortable with and try to win and keep winning. This is a week by week process. Some weeks you're not going to be that great team that you thought you was going to be, because you're going to have some meltdowns. You're going to have some stuff that doesn't go right in games. But the attitude that Coach Rule has is that, I like how he said, I got to face that coach. I got to face that coach. I got to face that coach. And that's what these coaches, they go, and I think that comes from the new coaches. Because I seen the same thing in the Purdue coaches when he walked around. He was looking at people, and he's a young guy though, so that's the thing, bro. But Coach Rule, his good point was, I got to face this guy, I got to face this guy, and I think that was a good point for him to tell us, because it's more like he's ready for the competition.
Well, yeah, and I think he'll go on to say this, but he was talking about how they have like a Big Ten coaches. Group chat and stuff like that, and so you kind of feel the camaraderie there, and it's just even in year 1, and again, there's not a whole lot of points to go back and dump on Scott Frost, because obviously that was a failure, didn't work. You can kick a dead horse as much as you want, but just the stark difference between the presence this year for Matt Rule, who was up there early, they're doing all the media rounds, all the players and everything, answering questions, and Scott Frost, who didn't have a statement last year, kind of felt like he didn't want to be there, but at the same time, Matt Rule's interested. He's looking around at these coaches like, what's this going to be? What's going to be like to coach against this guy? How am I going to kind of figure out the Big Ten here and there? Whereas, by year 5, Scott Frost going to the Big Ten, it would be awkward to go to the media days and been like, I'm 1-3 against this guy. I'm 0-4 against this. You look around in the room and everybody's beating you down. So it's interesting. It was certainly refreshing. But we'll keep the interview going. I like just kind of dissecting it, breaking it down here.
How much of the conversation behind the scenes is with the other coaches from the Big Ten?
It's probably the first conference I've come to that has as much communication. This obviously is my 3rd conference. Like, we have a head coaches group chat in this conference. I've never seen that before.
Right.
Because there's a lot of issues facing college football, right? And I think the one thing that they've done really well here, Tom Allen leads it, is making sure that, hey, we all are communicating with each other, because we want to get out in front of, hey, these guys are playing only 8 conference games. We're playing 9. What are we going to do? Hey, they just changed the rule last week to let us bring 120 guys to camp instead of 110. A lot of that was pushed by Greg Schiano. So all these issues facing us, we're a lot stronger in this league if we're kind of all working together. So, I just saw Tom Allen back there. We were talking about that, right? Like, hey, what's the next thing? Because the one thing about college football, the Big Ten is going to be it's going to be, the preeminent conference, one of us in the SEC. And so we're going to lead the way. So we also have to set the tone.
For everything that you're having to go through in year one, it's not new to you. It's new to us in this space, right? To watch Matt Rule kind of maneuver in this space. The big change and challenge for you has been what?
That's a great question. I think the biggest challenge for me is that every small thing that we do at Nebraska gets seen and watched, and so it's nothing is a small thing, right? So, whereas I really don't play around. Like if you go miss breakfast 3 times, I'm going to suspend you for a week. Like, all right, you're not earning the right to work out. I have to realize here that that's probably going to get seen, and that's going to be, oh my God, it's going to be a big thing. Whereas to me, it's just, you can never lose discipline on your team. You know what I mean? And that's what young people need. You're not doing it to them, you're doing it for them. And so,
I think that's a good thing. I mean, I don't think the past teams had really good discipline. I think some of the players was kind of selfish how they played. They celebrated by themselves. I know if you celebrate as a team. And I like the word. I like when he said if you miss 3 breakfasts, hey, you get suspended. So that's rules that you gotta abide by. And I think that's a good thing to get these young men to know what the winning attitude is supposed to be like.
Well, and I think too, I really like that answer because it lets you know, that he is aware of the fishbowl that is Lincoln, Nebraska, and that's always been a part of the job. Is there's so much media, there's so much attention, there's so much care for a day-to-day activity and every little detail that any fan can get to go talk about at the water cooler, or so everything, every minute detail is kind of broken down here, and we're part of that. We have a daily show. Anytime there's any sort of Nebraska news, we want to talk about it. We're interested, and it's not like that everywhere. And so I think, like you said, that might come with some challenges of his typical disciplining style, where if he wants to correct a kid, and again, he'll say this, but a kid that's 19, 18, they don't have everything figured out. Sometimes they need a little bit of discipline. And, whereas maybe if you do that at Temple or Baylor, you can do it and it won't get out. If you do it here and it gets out, and then, that's going to be a big story. Oh no, this guy, is on the wrong track. And now so it's just, it's good for him to acknowledge that. And we all know the fishbowl has been a problem for coaches in the past. I mean, Bo Pelini had his battles by the end of the year, by the end of his tenure, not just with the athletic director, but certainly the media, certain parts of the media. And part of that was kind of his kind of attitude toward it. And then, kind of the frustrations mounting up again as things did, as how things went through that Bo Pelini tenure. But I think that it's cool. It's interesting to acknowledge and hear Matt Rule acknowledge and know that that's already what it is. And I think that it's an adjustment for him, but that's part of the reason he took the job. That's part of the reason why he likes Lincoln, is the care factor for Nebraska is just that high at Nebraska for the football team. And so it will take a little bit of adjusting. And you wonder, how he's going to do that, or, how often that's going to be brought up. But he's so good with the media. He's so good talking. Now, all this before playing a game. So, once we could start digging into him for bad decisions here and there, then things might change a little bit. But I just love to hear him acknowledge that. And it's not just that. It's just, kind of hyping up Lincoln and doing his best to put on a good space for Nebraska. I just love to hear guys that are self-aware and aware of what, that's not a learning process he's going to have to go through by game 6. He's already kind of aware and probably been told because he's talked so much, and including yesterday, he name dropped Solich many times, Osborne many times, talking about the blueprint. He's doing his homework for, things to what it's like to be the coach at the University of Nebraska.
Yeah, he's doing a lot. Let's listen to some more.
Recognizing like the media space, and I think it's great. It's why everyone's excited, everyone's interested. So I love that. Just understanding, hey, I don't want to do something to one of our kids that makes them look bad, because we have great young men, and they're 18, 19, 20. I don't know what you guys were like when you were 18, 19, 20, but I didn't always wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning to be there at 8. So But for us to win, I mean, the one thing that they know, and they said it to me, I said, hey, I've always had this brand, hey, we'll be tough, hard work. When I came to Nebraska, I said, hey, guys, I'm not doing anything I've done before. Like, you guys tell me what you – and as they talk, like, they're craving to be a disciplined team because they've seen how many games they've lost down the stretch. They've seen how many games they've lost on a stupid penalty or turning the ball over. So if you want to be disciplined, you have to be disciplined 24/7. And they're trying. I mean, it's such a really good group of guys. They deserve to win some games and compete because they're really trying to do it. But just me recognizing, like, hey, this is everything we do is under the microscope. It's watched. So making sure I'm just authentic with how I handle the players.
We are with Nebraska football head coach Matt Rule, and before I open the vacuum to Rashawn Jackson and all.
Hey, you see me over here?
All that it is, right? Like I'm letting him cross first. like I'm letting him just.
You just ramping me up.
I am.
Stop it,
Here's the thing.
Coach.
I asked this to Jay and Farley yesterday. I'll ask you now. There are spaces that you can't get into with this team. There are parts, time in the locker room, time away from. Who are the players that are the voices and the spirit of Matt Rule when you're not around?
I don't know if anyone's the spirit of me. And I don't know if I even want them to be that. Like, I guess, like, I always have the coaches. We go away and, the last week in June, a couple weeks in July, and that's intentional. Like, we spend a lot of time with them in June. And then I'm like, hey, it's your team now. Like, if I'm sitting on the beach with my wife and my phone keeps ringing because you guys can't, then we're not ready to win.
Yeah.
If you guys are handling it. But I think, you have the three guys I have here are great examples of that. I think you look at Ty Robinson, Nick Henrich, you look at Nick Henrich, you look at MJ Sherman. All those guys are trying to do it right. And I think there's a lot of them. Like, you look down to the young guys. You got guys like Cam Lenhard, got Raquan Buckley. The entire O-line's kind of its own, like, Donnie's built, I don't want to say cult, but he's built his own cult.
Yeah.
Like they walk together, eat together, talk together. Like no lineman's name ever comes across my phone for being late to anything. So, so I just think it's that group of guys. And we've got it down to where, like, hey, there's 2, 3, 4 guys that struggle a little bit with, but they're not terrible. I mean, we got a good group. And so, we try to help those guys come along, but I think the group that I have here, plus a couple names I mentioned, they're kind of running the team. There's a group of seniors that really want to win, and they recognize it's their last year. And I've encouraged every guy, like, even if they have a COVID year, if it's their senior year, and I'm like, treat your senior year as your senior year. Don't in your mind, don't give yourself the backup of I can come back, because when you're a senior, everything's different to you. You're not quite as caring much about like what people think. It's your last chance to win. These guys, I saw the pain on Garrett Nelson's face. All he wanted to do was come back and win, but he had an opportunity, and I was excited for him. So Reimer, they want to win on their way out. They want to go to a bowl game. They want to compete at the highest level. So they're handling business back there because they know that to do that, if they do that, they'll have a chance on game day.
That's interesting too. I wanted to ask you, because he said this, earlier in the answer, and I wanted to let that play out because it's interesting. Was there an extension of Tom Osborne in the locker room among the players, at least for your team, or did you think that would be, like he said, that's kind of, maybe he doesn't want that. Maybe you want the players to kind of have their different personalities and such shine through their leadership.
Yeah, because in the summertime we didn't see Coach Osborne that much. We basically worked out, did passing league on our own. He left everything up to us and the strength and conditioning coach for us to do our thing. We seen less of him in the summer, which was great, but at the same time, we knew our job. We knew what we had to do. We had to get bigger, stronger, faster, and that starts in the weight room. And then we go out for 7-on-7 passing, and no coaches are allowed out there anyway. So, you got to have guys like Reimer, Jeff Sims to step up. You got to have guys like MJ Sherman and all the DB coaches, players and receivers. They got to be as a team, one as a team.
All right, let's take a quick break here on the Captain. We've got more to break down from Big Ten Media Days. Like we said, it's a fishbowl. We're going to break down every detail that Matt Rule was talking about yesterday. I think Nebraska, not just 93.7 The Ticket, showed out well there, but Nebraska showed out well there as well. We'll continue to break that down next here on the Captain on 93.7 The Ticket.
If you're an electrician, we've got a career for you. It's a career with employer-paid health care and retirement benefits. Join the IBEW Local 265 family. Work for one of our NECA contractors. Come to our job fair on August 3rd from 4 to 8 p.m. at the Holiday Inn, 2500 Tamarind Ridge Road in Southwest Lincoln. For more information, call Mike Murray at 402-875-1034. That's 402-875-1034.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Ready to upgrade your combine with new technology to make your harvest more efficient, meaning more money in your pocket? The team at Landmark Implement is here to help find the right combine for harvest. Plus, when you purchase a pre-owned combine from Landmark, you are backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network, along with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you up and running, reducing downtime. View inventory online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
Husker fans, register your kids for the Nebraska Kids Club today. Don't miss your chance to get free tickets, exclusive events, and concessions vouchers for this Husker season. For only $35, your kids can get all of that and more. For more information, visit huskers.com/kidsclub. Do you have a newborn or know someone who does? Their infant membership is the perfect gift for your newest Husker fan. They even have a free membership option. Visit huskers.com/kidsclub today. The Nebraska Kids Club, presented by Hy-Vee.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is your go-to place in Lincoln for repairs and maintenance for diesel pickups to Class 8 over-the-road trucks and trailers, from bumper pole utility to full-size semi. Gray performs DOT inspections and are a service provider for fleet companies like ARI, Element Fleet, and FleetNet. They're a family-owned business in operation since 1952, and they keep a clean, friendly shop. Customer service is their top priority. Give Gray Diesel and Equipment Services a visit today with easy access just off I-80 and North 56th Street.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back in the future. Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapeSupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest, quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving. Go cardio crazy in our clean and spacious clubs, or get down with some dumbbells and strength equipment. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month. It's glow time. See Club for details.
H&H Roofing, established in 2015, is proud to serve the local area, which includes the tri-state area in Nebraska, Iowa, and South Dakota. H&H Roofing has a professional team that are licensed and bonded, GAF Master Certified Installers, and an insurance-preferred contractor that will work directly with your insurance company. Also a leading roofer, siding, and gutter specialist. H&H Roofing will service all residential, commercial, and agricultural needs. Go to HNHroofs.com for more information or call 402-359-25 46.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, mainly sunny skies, another very hot day. We'll see an afternoon high of around 102. Tonight we'll see a chance of storms, the low of around 71. And tomorrow we'll see a lingering chance of scattered showers and storms. Otherwise, mostly sunny and a little cool. Tomorrow we'll see a high of around 88. Meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yeah. Welcome back to The Ticket 93.7. Bauer Underground. We are sponsored by the hardworking guys about. Now, Bob, I forgot I was going to ask you about that. Oh, I want to read this one right here. It said, what he did with so this is from text line 0090. What he did with Xavier Betts isn't getting the attention it deserves, I believe. Take football out of it. This kid and looks like he is changing his life for the better. Well, you know, I think Xavier Betts, not gonna say he put himself in his own predicament, but you know, as a young man, you gotta come back even harder. So my take on this is this is all on Xavier Betts. You know, he know what he did, you know, and he's corrected it. The young man really came back and got 21 credit hours in a semester. You know, that's a great change for him. A lot of work. Yeah, a lot of work. And now it's time to pay off on the football field. Now we got to get him ready. You know, we don't know how his body is for taking a year off. I mean, it's a great in-season story if it all comes together. But you know, Coach Rule got, like you say, got 110 kids to take care of. You just can't really put it all on one kid and have to worry about that one kid. But you know, he got the other players he has to get ready. He has the other players that he has to mentor and get them through life also.
Oh, and it's interesting too. I was listening to Raph and Nick talk about earlier how, you know, Trey Palmer bailed Nebraska's offense out so much last year, and you don't necessarily have a Trey Palmer this year. They're going to be searching for it. They don't have that guy at the start of the year, and maybe you don't. You know, Nebraska rarely has Nebraska had a guy with his speed, so you know it can be different the way guys impact the game. But you got to put Xavier Betts near the top of the list of breakout players that could become that type of guy. And you know, there was a few years ago where we know and we heard the excuses, but I mean, it was just watching him play and take end arounds almost every time he touched the ball 50 yards, 15 yards if it wasn't to the house, you know, but just have impactful plays. And then, you know, you just sit there and you go, well, why aren't they playing it? Well, and then you hear, well, he doesn't know the playbook and all that. And you just think, but he's a playmaker. I mean, it doesn't matter. Yeah. There's some guys that, you know, maybe he doesn't know but you got to find a way to get him the ball. You got to get him in there. Like I said, he's got to get back to football shape. We don't know if he returns as that same guy, but that's not, you know, and you got to work your body out. So you got to be careful how I say. I mean, he's got to take care of his body, but that's not, you know, there's some guys that like athleticism like that can't be learned. That he just has it, and so I think it's really exciting. I'm glad somebody kind of points that out. I think he is one of your guys. I think there's probably better bets as to who's going to lead the team in receptions. Probably, you know, Billy Kemp or Marcus Washington. But if you think about a guy that could, you know, rise above and become an all-conference type of wide receiver, I don't know. You know, I'd probably, again, I'd put my money on those guys maybe to lead the team. But if you're kind of talking about that, taking that next level, I think I would find a guy like Xavier Betts with that type of potential.
It's time that you did everything you had to do to get back on the field. Now it's time to show your field work. You know, with all the talk last year is over with.
Yeah.
What you did last year is over with. Same thing with IGC. It's over with. You know, you left the team, you came back. You know, great coaches will let you back. And I think that's one of the good things with Matt Rule, that he was willing to give those players a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you have your chance and you've proven yourself, now prove it on the field. You make sure your personal life is back how you want it. Now everything's on the football field. Got to take care of itself.
By the way, Jeff Sims was asked, I saw this at Media Day, the fastest wide receiver in the room, and he mentioned Xavier Betts or Malachi Coleman, the newcomer to the room. That's the type of speed they have. Jalen Lloyd quote tweeted that from the media and, kind of with a side eye. So Jalen Lloyd wants to be in the argument as well. So maybe I'm the fastest guy in the room. But the point is, they've got some guys with speed in that room. Now, are the younger guys, the Lloyds and the Colemans, ready to be able to show that off? Maybe not as much as they will in a few years, but again, it's kind of like height in basketball. Speed's something you can't teach. If you have it and it can burn people, and maybe you're not going to be running the most crisp routes, but if you just need to run a fly route, a 9 route down the field, there's not a whole lot of nuance to that. And, you can make an immediate impact in certain ways, even to the point, like we were saying with Xavier Betts a couple of years ago, maybe he didn't have the playbook, completely down, but when he took some of those end arounds, those were game changing plays. And hopefully with the track speed that Matt Rule's been focusing out there at wide receiver, a few of those guys, if not maybe great, can have their kind of burst games or a game here and there where it's just a tough cover for some of the cornerbacks.
Yeah, and I'm a defensive guy, but I can tell you this, what I think. You can have all the speed in the world. Only thing it is that if I let you off this line of scrimmage like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're not equipped or you don't know how to get off man to man, then that's another thing coming. So, what Malachi got to do, he's fresh out of high school, and I can tell you that guys doesn't press every play in high school. They don't play bump and run every play. Now, you get up here with these big corners that we have, like Quinn Newsome or the little guy, Malcolm Hazard. These guys have been in this system, so they know how to punch and jab at you. So, you got to get stronger, and you got to be able to get off the line. That's the thing, to show your speed. You gotta be able to do that. Now, Trey Palmer was a Blazer, so they stay off him a little bit because of his speed. I don't know if we have people that have Trey Palmer speed.
That's tough.
Yeah. That's one thing I do know, that I don't think anybody's on this football team as fast as Trey Palmer. They can get in the combine and run a 4.31 or whatever he ran. Now with Xavier Betts, he's been here. He knows what he has to do. He has speed, but does he have that breakaway speed? Because the Big Ten has a lot of great cornerbacks in here, and because Witherspoon from Illinois was the first one to come off the clock last year.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So
he shut
Trey Palmer down
completely.
Now Iowa has another cornerback, like they had last year,
Cooper DeJean.
Yeah, Cooper DeJean. Not a big kid, but hey, he's fast. He's been in the system. He knows what he's doing. And that's the thing.
It's important to note, he was injured early in that game last year because Trey Palmer had a huge game against Riley Moss, partially, who's an all Big Ten corner and a top 3-round pick. So it was still against good competition.
Yeah, still against an All-American.
Cooper DeJean it's intriguing from the Iowa side because he's kind of moving from that nickel linebacker / but he had like 3 interceptions for touchdowns last year to that cornerback role. But that, like you said, I mean, he's going to be the leader as far as best cornerbacks in the Big Ten this year. But just to note, if you're kind of thinking, well, we burned that secondary, he was out for most of that game.
Yeah. Now B.O.B. says, Notorious B.I.B. says, who was the most interesting player or coach to you that you talked to, Black Shirt? It has to be that kid from Wisconsin because he was a beast.
Yeah,
his chest was wider than the Mun's, and from looking at the Mun when he was a junior, Braylon is way bigger and confident than that.
And we remember the story about him is he was like 17 when he got on campus. So he's still probably a growing guy, and he is a big guy.
He's a big guy, big horse.
Yeah.
All right, the ticket 93.7. We'll give you some more from Big Ten Media Day when we come back.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Keep summer green with Judson Baleen and Judson Irrigation. More than 40 years ago, Judson Irrigation started taking in orphans. Lawn sprinkler systems installed by a quickie, cheapy summer job, install them and forget them outfit, long forgotten. Call Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and Coppell's big summer sales event is kicking off into high gear with lots of fantastic offers still going on. We've got 0.9% interest rates and trade-in bonuses on select new models. I know it all sounds too good to be true, but yes, 0.9% interest rates right now at Coppell. Also ramping up our back-to-school vehicles, and our pre-owned inventory is filling fast. We've got great new pre-owned and GM-certified units ready to roll, so stop on by the dealership or online at CoppellCars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
Husker fans, this is Matt Davison with the 1890 Initiative. You've probably heard about NIL, name, image, and likeness. And now you can have an immediate impact on the success of our programs. The 1890 Initiative is Nebraska's premier NIL company. And with your help, we can maximize our student athletes' opportunities with NIL and prepare them for life after college. Nebraska has always been a leader in college athletics. Let's do the same with NIL. To learn more, visit 1890nebraska.com, where 100% of your donation goes directly to Husker student athletes. That's 1890nebraska.com.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is your go-to place in Lincoln for repairs and maintenance for diesel pickups to Class 8 over-the-road trucks and trailers, from bumper pole utility to full-size semi. Gray performs DOT inspections and are a service provider for fleet companies like ARI, Element Fleet, and FleetNet. They're a family-owned business in operation since 1952, and they keep a clean, friendly shop. Customer service is their top priority. Give Gray Diesel and Equipment Services a visit today with easy access just off I-80 and North 56th Street.
If you want all the latest technologies from those big banks, but you also want that hometown feel when you walk in the front doors, choose Midwest Bank. They have top-notch technology. They make banking so easy, and they also have the friendliest staff who will take their time to get to know you and treat you like family. You get the best of both worlds when you choose Midwest Bank. I live on the go, and now I can bank on the go. With Midwest Bank, I have everything I need at my fingertips. I'm volleyball player Allie Batenhorst, and at Midwest Bank, you'll love banking here.
I heard you and Jack had a disagreement.
Yeah, he says I keep things from him.
What are you gonna do?
He loves the Nebraska Lottery's Powerball First Millionaire of the Year promotion. So I'll buy a Powerball with Power Play and Double Play ticket before August 14th, and I could be one of 15 winners of $1,000. I'll also be entered for a chance to win a trip to New York City for New Year's Eve and a chance at $1 million.
$1,000? That should make him happy.
Depends.
On what?
If I decide to tell him I won.
Powerball top prize odds 1 in 292 million. The Nebraska Lottery presents one beautiful crazy scratch ticket and promotion. It's the $5 Living Lucky with Luke Combs scratch ticket with a $50,000 top prize. Enter non-winning Luke Combs scratch tickets for an opportunity to win a trip to Nashville, a private concert with Luke at the Ryman Auditorium, and a chance at $500,000. The Living Lucky with Luke Combs concert experience will hit you like a hurricane. Details at nelottery.com. Living Lucky with Luke Combs scratch ticket top prize odds 1 in 128,000.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving. Go cardio crazy in our clean and spacious clubs, or get down with some dumbbells and strength equipment. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month. It's glow time. See Club for details.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at him short. Look at him short. And the captain now.
Three-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Touchdown. Vershawn Jackson, number 34, gets the touchdown. Terrell Farley, defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bakovic.
I've talked to a few cats. They said that Bach got some game, man.
Coming at you live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer. Here he is, Vershawn Jackson.
Yeah. I forgot I was reading, Bach.
Oh, okay.
Something had got in my mind, and I
can't sound as cool if I try that.
Welcome back to The Ticket. It's Friday, Good Sense Friday.
Yep, right.
And we are fresh and back from the Big Ten Media Day. I'm the black shirt, Terrell Farley, and I'm with
Bach.
And thought the captain would be here by now, but we'll just see how it goes. But we're going to play some more information from the Big Ten Media Day, but we're going to start off listening to a couple of more other players before we get to Nebraska players, so we can see how they talk and Nebraska players talks. So we're going to go right now. We're going to go with who, Bob?
Let's start with Blake Corum, the fantastic Heisman Trophy candidate last year before he went down. Blake Corum of Michigan. Here was the interview the other day, and again, just much like the Matt Rule interview, we'll pause it and kind of break it down as it goes.
And so now to have Ahman Green and then have the great,
Blake Corum.
Go ahead.
Man,
Go ahead. The great Blake, but go ahead.
No, like I follow, I've been following Jim Harbaugh for a long time, especially as a coach, and because watching the way he likes to build an offense, from the ground, from the offensive line out, the tight ends to the fullbacks to y'all, to the running backs. And knowing that he's a quarterback, it just senses that he looks for a running game or running backs that are basically how we say we about that life. And you know what I mean? Because the way you run is the way I ran. I tried to put thoughts in linebackers' heads. It's like, this is how the game is going to be from the start. This is the first quarter. And knowing your height, which doesn't mean anything, that's the message I saw from day one when you got on the field in Ann Arbor.
Right there, Bob. Now when you say his height, 5'7", 5'8". Don't look like it on the field. Runs hard, runs tough. I must say this is a confident young man. Had his surgery already, missed spring ball. Now he's almost ready for, we see, people don't understand about why we do this. We have to talk about other players because it wouldn't be fair for us to go all the way to the Big Ten Media Day and just concentrate on Nebraska. We did that, but it was more players, more people to talk to, more coaches, and things like that.
Well, yeah. And Michigan's specifically interesting because Jim Harbaugh is going to be coming off suspension probably for the Nebraska game. I don't know if he officially has decided which 4 games he's going to take, but you'd assume
it's going to have to be the first four.
That makes the most sense. So, I don't know. With Scott Frost, remember his suspension, he had some kind of decision that he could choose when. So I don't know if that's the same case, but in any case, that's interesting. And Michigan's, Nebraska, we could talk about, all the challenges that face Nebraska, but they have a pretty light schedule. It's one of the probably 5 easiest Power 5 schedules in the country. Michigan's kind of that lone team that nobody's going to pick Nebraska in that game, at least as of now. And I hear a lot of people saying they're going to be undefeated going into that game. A lot of people hoping. I'm not sure if I'm completely on board with that, but hopefully. But in any case, Blake Corum's a big part of that team, a Heisman Trophy candidate. That's why, and some of the other players are nice to talk to, but to be able to talk to Marvin Harrison Jr. and Blake Corum, those guys are the best of the best in college football right now. And also, I think it's kind of interesting throughout that answer, and I've thought this about Michigan too, is for years and years, we've kind of thought, that maybe the power running game and all that, it's got passed up. Wisconsin did it and they won some titles, but they're not quite national champions or whatever. And Michigan's kind of that new Wisconsin type of program. And that's what I want Nebraska to get back to. And I think that's what this coaching staff is he's like he's saying, building the offense from the inside out. You start with that offensive line. eventually you look at the last 2 years with Blake Corum, whether it's Hassan Haskins or Donovan Edwards these past years, they've got some of the best running back rooms in the nation, similar to what Nebraska used to do back in the day. And they've got stout offensive linemen, center of the year last year, first round draft picks up there, great tight ends. And, so all that stuff. And again, a lot of people would think, well, yeah, but once you get on Ohio State, maybe they've outpowered Ohio State. There's kind of a speed versus power and always a blend that you're going to need as part of that. But Michigan, their dominance of the Big Ten, they're winning the Big Ten the last couple of years, no doubt about it, has been through an emphasis on power. And so I kind of like that in that.
Yeah, you want to listen to what the Big Ten champs have to say, because now you got to see how far we got to measure our stick from them.
Yeah.
You want to see how far you measure from them just to get a realistic goal of how you want your team to be. All right, Bach, let's play it.
So is that something? Am I close to it on your mindset going into every game?
You spot on.
Okay, because
spot on.
Yeah, because knowing Jim, 49ers, and his brother, same makeup in terms of that ground and pound offense that we're gonna do this for four quarters. Exactly, smash mouth football, and to be in this division, because in this conference, and this conference is that back from when I was a kid watching, and so how I didn't, obviously didn't get to see your spring ball. So how was spring ball? And so now what? And then what is your mindset? What's a week away, 2 days, or training camp?
Yeah, a couple days. Yeah, like a week.
A week.
I'll say a week.
So how was spring ball? And then what's your mindset going into junior year, right?
Senior
year. Okay, senior year of training camp for you being a Wolverine.
Yeah. So spring ball, I didn't do spring ball. I was rehabbing my knee.
Gotcha. Wasn't sure. Yeah.
Yeah. But feeling great now.
Good.
Feeling great now. I tacked it, man. I just tacked the process.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Getting the knee right, getting the body right. That's what I did during spring ball. Wow. Being in meetings, getting the players, the younger players, getting them in the playbook, stuff like that.
Yep. Good.
And what was the second part of the question?
So mindset going into training camp.
Mindset,
a couple days away.
Mindset is whatever it will to win it all.
Gotcha.
That's just my mindset. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people be like, hey, what are your individual goals?
Right.
Team success
exactly
creates individual success. So I want to be better than I was last year, right?
Team success equals individual success. There's no I in team. Good quote.
Yeah.
You very rarely find young men like that talks about team success first. That comes from being in a winning program. Because if you're on a team that's like Northwestern that was 1-11 last year, you probably aren't gonna have that one guy. If you have a team like Nebraska last year who was 5-7 or whatever it was, the only guy we really stood out was Trey Palmer. Anthony Grant did, but he slowed down at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So as a team, you want to get your whole team rolling. You want to get your whole team better. And once the team gets better, you get better. And that's the mindset these players have to have this day.
Well, and I think Michigan too, and Blake Corum specifically is I'm glad he said that, because his whole situation is all about team. He's a guy that last year, there's a little bit of that, maybe, draft stock or whatever, but at the end of last year, Blake Corum again was a Heisman candidate, an All-American. It was a good time for him to make the jump. He would have been like a second round pick. The injury might have jumped him back to third or fourth round. So maybe that's why he partially returned. But Jim Harbaugh told him go. As we know, we look at the running backs in the NFL right now. They're trying to demand a longer, more pay because of their short-term shelf life. So to add for a proven college football player, one of the best running backs in the nation, to say, you know what, I'm going to come back. I'm going to put more mileage on myself before the NFL. Yes, hopefully prove that the injury isn't going to be as big of a deal. But again, Harbaugh even advised him, if I'm looking at it, you probably should go to the NFL. And he said he wants to come back. And part of the reason why is because his goal is that next one. They've got the Big Ten championship. Yeah. They've been in the playoffs, haven't quite won a game in the playoffs. So, talk about a selfless team guy. That's Blake Corum across college football right now.
Yeah. Let's play the rest of it.
I was on the road. I had some good things going for me, but that's not what it's about. The reason I came back is to do the unfinished business. You know what I'm saying?
That sounds familiar.
We've gotten to the college football playoffs twice, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we just didn't have what it took. to get over the hump. You know what I'm saying? You know, we got beat. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So my mindset is, how can I make my team better?
Right.
You know, what can I do? You know what I'm saying? What can I say? I can lead by example, but what can I say? You know, sometimes it's more than just leading by example. You know what I'm saying? So really just going into camp, you know, rallying my guys, you know, treating each day like it's your last.
Good.
You know, and just getting ready for that first game on the second.
Man, I wish I was coaching this kid.
Right. Blake, I got a couple things.
So to
Rashawn Jackson, 3-time national champ at Nebraska. They say we split it in 97, but I think we won it. Now, first and foremost.
I always give Mr. Wilson a little hard.
Oh, you got to, right? Because we would have beat them. We know that. But number one, man, that Blue Jacket going crazy.
I appreciate it.
Hey, you got to be. You win the award today.
Yeah.
Last week it was. I can't remember what it was last
By
year.
the way. Not just saying that. That's my favorite color.
This year, Bay, you win the award for best dress.
I appreciate it.
Now, what type of running back are you? It's like if somebody said, "Who are you as a running back?" What would you say?
I would just say a complete running back. You know, smash mouth. If you need me to run through the holes, I'll run through the holes. I don't shy away from nothing. You know, but if you need me to make a guy miss, I'm even better at that. You know, so I'm a complete running back. You know, I don't really catch the ball too much at Michigan, but I can catch too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, you're gonna have to the next level.
Yeah, next level.
Exactly. But I can catch the ball. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, I play my role. You know, but I'm a complete back. Whatever you need from me, you're gonna get, and you're gonna know what you're gonna get out of me.
What's the perfect amount of carries for you?
For me, last year I think I averaged like 28, 29, 30.
A game?
Game.
Hardball, that's what I told you. It's hardball, that mindset. So, yes.
That's why
You got-
a monster.
Yeah, Ole, leading the charge.
Yeah.
Your center.
Yeah.
Now, 28, 29, 30 times a game. I would expect that from Nebraska this year. You know, with the amount of running backs we have what, 3 good running backs?
Mm-hmm. Proven.
You give 10. I mean, I know you want that one guy, but if you got a 3-headed monster that can play, you know, these guys, you don't let them get tired. If you see one that's not running the ball like they should, or you want to bounce it out every play, you take that guy out. You put that other guy in there, you tell that guy, hey, you run between the tackles. You run between the tackles. Now, Michigan is a 2-headed monster themselves.
Yeah.
But, you know, they got a feature back is this guy right here.
Mm-hmm.
So I like when he said 20, 30 times a game. He's willing to learn. He's willing to learn the coming out the backfield, catching everything, the intangibles that he need to learn for the next level.
Yeah, and again, I think that emphasizes how much Michigan is a power running football team that has won the Big Ten the last couple of years.
Yeah.
It still can be done. And again, I'm interested to kind of see where it goes from here. Harbaugh's talked about McCarthy as you know, being one of the a great quarterback that stepped in last year. He's going to get better. He's getting NFL hype. So, you know, maybe they can expand on that a little bit. But that's something that's been lost. That's why it kind of caught VJ's ears there a little bit. Is you don't see that in too many programs anymore. Wisconsin now finally giving up on that and going away from it. But I want to see Nebraska get back to it.
Yeah. At least have him. Let's get back to this last little part. I got one more question for him, and we're gonna go to break. And then
Lombardi Trophy winner,
Sure.
leading the charge down there in terms of the old line. So
It
you got guys like that.
was
28 times, AG.
You got to think though, like,
It's
so
like that.
say we was up, right? Say I come out in the fourth quarter, but it's the 3rd and 1. They put me back in just to get the first down. So you got to take those into account. So you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It wasn't like, you know, it was. I would come out in the fourth quarter,
Yeah.
and it'd be like a 3rd and 1 or something.
You run
Maybe
in and
like,
grab it. Well, I got
get
one.
the first down real quick, and then come back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But perfect 20. I wouldn't mind like 20 carries a game. I
Yeah.
feel like that's good for me.
Sure.
Ernest Hausman.
Yeah.
You seen him out there on the field yet?
Mhm.
What do you think of him?
I think he's a dog. You know, he got bigger.
Yeah.
He's ripped. He loves the game. You know, he meets with the coaches a lot. You know what I'm saying? You can tell the game means a lot to him. You
Yeah.
know, he's not just there for the ride. You know, he wants to play. And you know, we have some good backers, but he's finding his way right into the starting lineup. I ain't the linebacker coach. I don't know who's gonna start, but you know, he's a player. You know what I'm saying? I can see you know, he was good when he was with you guys, and he's gonna be for damn sure good with us.
Yeah.
Not surprising.
Not surprising.
The way
man.
he was
You know,
coming on
that's one kid I did want to help at Nebraska. I wanted to work with him. I told Mickey when he was here, and I told a lot of, I don't think they coached him right, but like I said, I like to see somebody go and, prove people wrong that he didn't deserve to start last year, and which I know he didn't deserve to start, but I think he deserved to play a lot more than he did. And I knew it frustrated him a lot. And now they say he's bigger.
Yeah.
And he's rotating with the ones and trying to get in the knock starting position in. But, it's a good thing for him because I like the kid. Now, I'm not trying to just throw it back in Nebraska's face. The only reason I played it because I like the kid, though.
Yeah, and we'll still cheer for him. I mean, he's a guy that came out of Nebraska's high school system. Usually cheer for the in-state kids. Obviously, did play for Nebraska. I think that it is going to be worth remembering, and I think he's going to be a guy that's probably going to be by the end of his career an all-conference type of guy. And so Nebraska hasn't had enough of those guys. I think that's going to be a big hit. And when we talk about winning the offseason, Matt Rule's so good at changing the narrative or I don't want to say changing the narrative, but creating a good narrative and really has done a fantastic job. But, a lot of times we do this every year. You just kind of blanket statement. He won the offseason. Nebraska's the champs of the offseason. And, in between the lines, sometimes you lose your best players in the offseason. We just kind of overlook it. That happened again this past year. A.J. Allen, Ernest Hausman, two of the best young players on the roster, no longer with the team. And that can happen with a coaching transition. So, I don't want to harp on it too much, but that's something that really hurt Tim Miles' program when he was at Nebraska. Is just kind of keeping your best players, keeping your best prospects from year to year will really, really hurt. So, that's something to look at moving forward.
You want to take it? Let's take it to break.
Yeah,
when we come back, we're going to go with Jeff Sims, Luke Reimer, and we're going to listen to the rest of the Nebraska guys and see how they feel about this year at the Big Ten Media Day. This is The Ticket, 93.7.
If you're an electrician, we've got a career for you. It's a career with employer-paid health care and retirement benefits. Join the IBEW Local 265 family and work for one of our NECA contractors. Come to our job fair on August 3rd from 4 to 8 p.m. at the Holiday Inn, 2500 Tamarind Ridge Road in Southwest Lincoln. For more information, call Mike Murray at 402-875-1034. That's 402-875-1034.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Ironhide Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com, where they're committed to you every step of the way. Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Smoked meats, amazing sides. The only problem when they fix you a plate is that at some point, that plate will be empty. But hear me out. What if that plate was never empty? That dream can be your reality with the Mary Ellen's Express Lunch Buffet. From 11 to 2 every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even Saturday. One price, all you can eat, and it even comes with a drink. Tell your boss you're taking a long lunch and get down there. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul at 29th and Pine Lake. Let them fix you a plate.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and Coppell's big summer sales event is kicking off into high gear with lots of fantastic offers still going on. We've got 0.9% interest rates and trade-in bonuses on select new models. I know it all sounds too good to be true, but yes, 0.9% interest rates right now at Coppell. Also ramping up our back-to-school vehicles, and our pre-owned inventory is filling fast. We've got great new pre-owned and GM-certified units ready to roll, so stop on by the dealership or online at CoppellCars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, mainly sunny skies and another very hot day. We'll see an afternoon high of around 102. Tonight we'll see a chance of storms, a low of around 71. And tomorrow we'll see a lingering chance of scattered showers and storms. Otherwise, mostly sunny and a little cool. Tomorrow we'll see a high of around 8. Meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right. And N2, N3, N4, N5, N6, N7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Yeah, it's just me and Bob in the studio today, and we getting our workout on. Yeah. Bob, get it out of here, Bob.
All right.
I'm tired from the trip. I'm tired from the trip. Yeah. That trip killed me. All right. Welcome back to the Ticket 93.7 on the Black Shirt, Terrell Farley. And I got my man Bob with me today. So we're going to start this segment off with no other than Jeff Sims. We want to hear from the quarterback of the Nebraska Cornhuskers this year.
Real quickly, too, because I saw this note coming out. If you're kind of thinking about quarterbacks of the future, I think the number one target for Nebraska has been Stone Saunders, quarterback out of Pennsylvania. He actually announced today that he's going to make his announcement next Thursday at 5:25 or August 4th. I think that's next Thursday. Let me double check on that. Yep, next Thursday or next Friday. Well, 1 week from now, next Friday then at 5:25. So we might know the quarterback of the future, or we might know that Nebraska has to go and get focus on somebody else moving forward with that. But so that's kind of an interesting note. Also, I was honestly just trying to buy time. I don't know if we have Jeff Sims broken down. Looks like that's the one that's missing in the folder.
Let's go with linebacker. What's his name? Reimer. We have him.
Yeah, we do have Luke Reimer.
Let's listen to Luke Reimer.
Okay.
Luke Reimer, ladies and gentlemen.
Lucas Oil Stadium, Jay Foreman, Terrell Farley, myself. We want to thank the sponsors that make this thing happen. Gary Michaels, Clothiers, 1890 Initiative, Ben Blanker, Warhorse Sportsbook, and the A1 Automotive. We're coming through, and we set the table. This is one where the testosterone goes way up, because we have 3 linebackers. All heads to bed, as Jay Foreman likes to say. Let's bring it. Let's bring in the captain, Luke Reimer. Luke, what's happening? How are you, brother?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for having me out. So it's a good time. Indy's awesome.
Yeah, I see you with the new do. You went and got.
Yeah, man. You would cut the locks off and stuff, man. I got to bring you over to my barber, man. I'm gonna get you tightened up. Get you all tightened up, man.
I went corporate America.
I hear
on
you
guys. I mean, it's,
man. And sometimes you got to do that, man. When you got new chief in town, man. But I wanted to ask you though, Luke. We know your journey. You're here. Talk about the excitement. You know what I mean? First of all, obviously you got a new coach and stuff like that, but the excitement on your your senior year, because it's going to be a big year for you.
Yeah, no, I mean, anytime you get kind of new coaching staff around, like it's a tough process, but like it brings a new energy into the building. So from that side of things, it's awesome. There's this new juice. There's this new energy.
Right.
Surrounding the guys, surrounding the culture. So that feels awesome.
Right.
Yeah, I'm excited for my senior year. Last year, it's kind of hard to believe, like coming on. Being the young guy 5 years ago, and now I'm the old guy.
Things are going fast since you jumped out there that Northwestern game. Man.
Yeah.
Talk about the transition. I don't think it will be much for you. I think it's going to actually help you. This is just my opinion, my humble opinion. From the 3-4 to the 3-3-5 or whatever it is. Talk about just how you've adjusted and the things that you like about it. I think it's really going to help your skill set. But I want your opinion because you got to play in it. I ain't got to play in it.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's a totally different schematically of what we've been used to. But yeah, it just really opens up guys like linebackers, especially just to go make a play. Like it's a fun defense to play in for sure. Like there's TFL chances everywhere. Like it's a really attacking style defense. So it's going to be a lot of fun to play in.
Hey, man.
I did want to ask you too. I mean, the 3-3-5 defense being down there, you hear from Luke Reimer, kind of the face of the defense, obviously, now that he's, the lone defensive stalwart there at Big Ten Media Days for Nebraska. That sounded pretty good. Attack style, tackle for loss opportunities. Has your kind of opinion on the 3-3-5 changed? Does kind of since going to Big Ten Media Days, do you have any more faith in it, or do you think that that's it's a bit of a risk. It's a bit of a gamble. It's kind of a newer defense, hasn't been tested as much. Any kind of feelings gotten a little bit better from going out to Big Ten Media Days, or about the same?
Well, not really, but I kind of believe that Tony White would try to, mix it in with a 4-3 and, just bring some guys up on the line and try to blitz a little bit more, put guys in position to make better plays. Now, really not a big fan of the 3-3-5 because I went back and I watched Georgia versus TCU because TCU ran it very well.
Oh, yeah.
Now, still not a big fan of it, but, it is what it is, Bach, and maybe they can bring something new to it in the Big Ten because I don't think there's a team in the Big Ten that runs the 3-3-5. I know that you don't want to get caught up in just thinking that this new defense is going to be something big, powerful, and just anything because teams pick up on stuff like that well. So it's a lot of variations you can run out of this formation. You can run a 3-4-3, 3-4. You can bring a linebacker up. You can bring DBs in. You can bring that nickel up and make it look like a 4-4. So it's plenty of ways to attack this defense. But, like I said, this is Tony White defense. And the only way we're going to know it if we have to study the way he studies it. So,
yeah. And it's interesting looking at Tony White's stops. His defense seemed to get better at Syracuse from year to year. And so I think that is going to be interesting to see how quickly can you get it going? Is it going to take some adjusting? And you would assume it would until, they're really hitting on all cylinders. And do they have the playmakers for it? Do you have to kind of recruit to that a little bit more to get those type of bodies in. Very interesting stuff. And again, I think a lot of this, whether it be the power run game that we're talking about, this 3-3-5 defense, I hear a lot of season record predictions and this and that. And I think this season is really more importantly getting the details and then setting in the culture. And the wins that come will come. And hopefully, I think the team, if you do those things right, it will come. But I hope that you go back to seeing a team, and injuries will happen, but seeing a team get better throughout the season. I think that will certainly happen with this team, as opposed to by the end of the year, the demeanor the last couple of years. In credit to Mickey Joseph and staff for getting that Iowa win, but obviously under Scott Frost, it almost seemed like you're just kind of waiting for the season to end. You're making plans for next year. And most importantly, obviously with them was you weren't believing that you're going to be put in a position to win. So I think this season's more about progress than win total for me.
Yeah, I think it's more about seeing what players that fit into your defense. I think it's more about what you're probably going to need next year, like an evaluation of, okay, we need bigger guys. We need faster linebackers. I think the DB crew is very solid. I think they're a good group, not really a mistakeful group like last year because they were still going through a lot of growing pains. But I think this year the DB crew should be the focus of the defense. I think with the 3-3-5, I think we need to get a little bigger up front, especially in the nose guard position, because that nose guard is going to be really the key. Can he take a man with him? Can he take two men with him? Can he, can that linebacker get into that gap that he needs to get into for that defensive nose guard, holding him, just getting a 2-second hold on him to freeze him up so that linebacker can get on it. So, this is going to be a wait and see progress for us to see how this defense does. I'm not saying teams like Louisiana Tech or the other teams we play. I'm saying like the Michigans, the Ohio States, the Wisconsin, the Iowas. We got to see how the defense stack up against these good teams, not the teams that not even in our conference, just the teams that in the Big 8, Big 10. We need to learn them teams and see how we do well in the 3-3-5 in that part.
Yeah, and I think too, just to emphasize again, some patience needed for this, and hopefully some continuity moving forward. Again, this will be your third defensive coordinator, and Bill Bish did a great job stepping in for Shenander this last year, but third defensive coordinator in under a year for that defense. The offensive coordinator, I think they've had 5 different offensive coordinators in the last 6 years. There's no stability. You're jumping around. You're trying to fix little, things that aren't working. So hopefully at some point you can move forward from year to year and build on what you're doing. And again, I think that will happen with a 3-3-5, but I don't know. I'm interested. But I don't expect it to be firing right away. And you've got 2 tough games right out of the gate. That I don't know if the offense is ready for shootouts either. But at the same time, Minnesota and Colorado's offense aren't necessarily there either. So, there are problems for Nebraska entering these games. There are problems for the opponents entering these games. So hopefully you just kind of fight it out and get the wins. But again, I think they'll get better as the season goes on.
Yeah, we'll see. Wait and see progress.
Yeah. We better go to break as we're up against it a little bit. We do have, by the way, stick around after the show. We've got Adam Carricker's Big Ten show coming up, and a little teaser. I think we might have lost something coming back.
Yeah, I can't find it. I lost it.
I lost something.
All right.
Yeah. All right, well, listen to the captain here on 93.7 The Ticket with the All-American and national champ Terrell Farley. Rashawn Jackson is out, but we'll see him again next week. And I'm Jake Bach of Unpack. Well, we'll be back here as well here on the Captain on 93.7 Ticket.
Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Ironhide Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com, where they're committed to you every step of the way.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and Coppell's big summer sales event is kicking off into high gear with lots of fantastic offers still going on. We got 0.9% interest rates and trade-in bonuses on select new models. I know it all sounds too good to be true, but yes, 0.9% interest rates right now at Coppell. Also ramping up our back-to-school vehicles, and our pre-owned inventory is filling fast. We've got great new pre-owned and GM certified units ready to roll. So stop on by the dealership or online at coppellcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
So Matt Davis in the studio, president of the 1890 Initiative, Nebraska's NIL operation.
We have some big things that we're going to announce, I think, in the next, few weeks, few months for sure. So I think 1890 and the trajectory for our company is really good. I think we have the ability to have a top 5 collective in the country. I think we're trending that way.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Smoked meats, amazing sides. The only problem when they fix you a plate is that at some point, that plate will be empty. But hear me out. What if that plate was never empty? That dream can be your reality with the Mary Ellen's Express Lunch Buffet. From 11 to 2 every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even Saturday. One price, all you can eat, and it even comes with a drink. Tell your boss you're taking a long lunch and get down there. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul at 29th and Pine Lake. Let them fix you a plate.
This is Bud Seinhorst, President and CEO of LIBA, the Lincoln Independent Business Association. Join us every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket for the LIBA Business Hour, as we discuss local business and highlight those who are thriving in the Lincoln area. It's the LIBA Business Hour, Saturdays from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The Nebraska soccer team wants to see you this fall at Hibner Stadium for their 2023 season. Season tickets are on sale now. Reserve your spot to cheer on the Huskers as they take on some of the best teams in the Big Ten and around the country. Opponents include Missouri, Wisconsin, St. Louis, and more. To buy tickets, go to huskers.com/tickets or call 1-800-8-BIG-RED. They have a full season of fun set for this fall. For promotional information, visit huskers.com.
Whether you're looking for a new place to call home or trying to sell your current home, you want to make it as easy as possible. So why not use a realtor that works harder so you don't have to? The Carpe Diem team at Nebraska Realty is your go-to realty team for all your residential and commercial needs. They pride themselves on working hard and making your life as easy as possible while educating you every step of the way. Contact the Carpe Diem team to seize your moment, whether it be buying, selling, building, investing, or even commercial real estate. Give them a call today at 402-429-8121.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Summertime is in full swing, and it's time to get to work on outdoor projects. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams, from treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and TimberTech composite decking. They offer advice from real deck professionals to give you proper guidance to make your project go smoothly. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671. Go online at deckcityne.com or visit their new location just north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway. Deck City, your local deck experts.
Husker fans, this is Matt Davison with the 1890 Initiative. You've probably heard about NIL, name, image, and likeness. And now you can have an immediate impact on the success of our programs. The 1890 Initiative is Nebraska's premier NIL company. And with your help, we can maximize our student athletes' opportunities with NIL and prepare them for life after college. Nebraska has always been a leader in college athletics. Let's do the same with NIL. To learn more, visit 1890nebraska.com, where 100% of your donation goes directly to Husker student athletes. That's 1890nebraska.com.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I lost my baby in a pool game. I lost my baby in a pool game, and I know, and I can't go home. I said, I know, I can't go home. Lost my baby in a pool game. Lost my baby in a pool game, and I know, and I can't go home. I said, I know, I can't go home. Yeah. Lost my baby in a pool game. Lost my baby in a pool game. Lost my baby in a pool game, and I know I just can't go home.
There we go. Excellent rendition. Was it better with Rico? I've heard good reviews on Rico's backup singing.
Yeah, he wants to take over, but I'm not going to let Rico take over. He's fired since he's not here today for his backup backup job. Yeah, he left. And I walked out there, looked for him. I was like, "Where's Rico? I know he want to hop in and get in on this action." So but that's the way it goes. You wanna? Who else we got, Bob?
We still got we got everybody. Of course, we hit everybody from Big Ten Media Days. Did you want to do a little Kirk Ferentz? I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, let's listen to Kirk Ferentz because we stopped him and we got him there, and I got up when he came because I had to make some room for the coach.
Oh yeah.
So I was being very polite to an Iowa coach.
Yeah. So. Did you get to talk to him at all?
No, I didn't. I was not at the table, the round table when they did that. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting either way. Let's go through it and maybe break down some of his answers too. This is Iowa football coach for Big Ten Media Days, Kirk Ferentz.
Sometimes you got to make special exceptions. Yes, we appreciate you stopping in, Coach. We got Kirk Ferentz, head coach of the Iowa Hawkeyes, extraordinaire. With Vershawn recruited you. He's been doing it for a while. Right?
I love it.
He's very. You like that as a recruit?
We have a mutual friend, so
okay. You need
good to meet you.
You need a new recruiting coordinator. He's very aggressive.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, I love it. That's all right. He did a good job this morning.
Yeah, he did. Coach, I wanted to ask you from former players. We're all former players at Nebraska, and so we respect and see the success that you had. And every player that came over here, they have like the same body language, and I read their body language. How long did it take? If you did it really, you like, okay, I know every year is different to get that to where you're at, where we just talked about, we have an inside the locker room segment, player-led locker rooms and the culture. And how long did it take? Because you guys got it going pretty good. And then you're always willing to adjust too. So I always like that as well.
That's life, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's life. So I'll go back to 99, give you the full history. It's kind of interesting as I'm sitting with you guys. My first game as an assistant was 1981. And we upset Nebraska 10-7.
Oh, don't say that.
Here he go again.
Roger Craig, an Iowa guy playing for the Cornhuskers, So
they need to let it go. It's okay, Coach.
It didn't go so well. I'll just put it that way.
Right.
We got a standing ovation in Lincoln in the fourth quarter because we made a first down.
Okay.
So the payback was painful, but it was my first game back as an assistant. I came back in 99. We opened up. Crouch was the quarterback. It was like close at halftime, 49-7, I think.
Sure.
Final score. So I've got that little Nebraska. We got to start this segment of my Iowa career with you guys. But to that point, we were 1-10 our first year. We earned it. So we kind of started at the bottom. It was a matter of building things. I think our program, it really kind of turned the corner. The catalyst, if you had to pin me down on one person, it was Bob Sanders, who was 5'8" when he showed up. 5'8" when he left, and 5'8" when he was the MVP and defensive MVP here in 07. He's the guy that really kind of changed the tempo of the way we played. And if you know Bob, I mean, he has one speed. That was it. Had not throw him out of practice, but kind of
settle him down a little bit.
because he couldn't do a half speed drill like he did.
Dial him back.
Yeah, you
And Bob, we only got so many running backs. When you blitz, you can't come full speed.
There you hear some love from Kirk Ferentz, Bob Sanders, great Colt and great Iowa Hawkeye. They've got a lot of defensive playmakers. I stopped over in Iowa City on my way to Chicago to check out Kinnick Stadium, and you just kind of forget how many stalwarts they've had on defense and up there on the offensive line throughout Kirk Ferentz's tenure. Of course, one of the guys sitting down there with Kirk Ferentz was Rashawn Jackson. I believe VJ is calling in now. VJ, is that you? Yeah, it's not VJ. He might have given up. All right, well, he might call back or it might not. Maybe that wasn't him, but I told him to call in directly because we don't have a producer in the other room. You remember? Did you watch too much of Bob Sanders? Remember him in the NFL, Terrell?
Not really. Who
Not
he
as
played
much.
for?
He played for the Colts. He's not very big as
What year was this?
Kirk
Like, is this?
this is like even their Super Bowl team I think he was on. But it's like I think he said in 07 was the senior at Iowa, so it must have been 2008 to about 2000.
Bob Sanders, was he the corner?
Safety.
Safety. He played for the Colts, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
Had the dreads in his hair.
Yep,
Yeah.
hard
Okay.
hitting
Yeah.
safety
Yeah.
playmaker.
Yeah.
But
I
only
know he was.
5'8", yeah.
Yeah. Great guy. Great safety. Yeah. But Kurt Ferentz, he was a nice guy, man. I mean, you look at some of these coaches and you see the expression on their faces, and he's like, that's one guy I don't want to talk to. So he was nice enough to come to our table and spill the beans and give us some great talk.
Well, and as he said there too, his first team went 1-10.
Yeah.
And now he's the longest tenured head coach, I believe, in college football. And certainly with Pat Fitzgerald now leaving in the Big Ten, he's kind of, he looks around the room like, I've been here a minute because, nobody else is, I don't even know who the second longest tenured coach in the Big Ten would be. Try to kind of think about that. A lot has changed since Nebraska even joined the Big Ten, but certainly since 1999. I was fascinating. And we've done this deal where, that kind of sticks with me is the Sean Eichhorst quote. We had to evaluate where Iowa was after the firing of Bo Pelini, and now Kirk Ferentz. It's just kind of intriguing that to me that continues to be a theme for Nebraska, because the last two times Nebraska has beaten Iowa, it's been those coaches' final games as coaches at Nebraska now, with Bo Pelini, of course, in the interim tag with Mickey Joseph. Other than that, the full-time coaches lost 7 in a row to him. So, it's certainly interesting. I can't wait for that. And it's officially the rival for Nebraska. We've talked about Wisconsin and all these, Colorado being back and Oklahoma on the schedule. But as far as like the Big Ten made the new schedules, and one protected rivalry for Nebraska, a few for Iowa, but only one protected rivalry for Nebraska will be Iowa. So, kind of interesting. And I know Kirk Ferentz not the most likable guy here in Nebraska because of that Iowa rivalry. But I've always been fascinated by his teams and how tough they are and the type of athletes to get there. And as we mentioned earlier, Cooper DeJean, the next one along a long line of just defensive players that he's able to develop and get going to the NFL. Tight ends, yeah. Offensive linemen for years.
Yeah.
The offensive line is the big question for Iowa, as it was last year. That's kind of the big reason why they're, along with Spencer Petras not being a great quarterback.
Well,
but
they finally got a quarterback.
Yeah.
They I seen in recruiting they got some great wideouts this year. So the thing that's been hurting them is throwing the ball.
Yeah.
So we'll see how they do this year. Not necessarily meaning they're going to beat us, but we just got to come out and do what we did last year.
Yeah, they're not. I mean, they've never felt, and I like that about their program too, is they kind of grind out wins, so they never feel like they're that far ahead of you.
Yeah.
And sometimes but they had the blueprint on Scott Frost, which was just wait till he gets in his own way. A lot of people in the Big Ten figured that out, but Iowa did that, perfectly, and they do that most games. That's kind of the game plan.
All right. The fastest 2 hours in radio has come to an end. And it's just me and Bach today. So, Bach, have fun with Albuquerque. Y'all have a great weekend. Stay out of the sun. Try to stay hydrated out there. And have you some fun this weekend. The Ticket, 93.7.
Ticket is the name. Headed to the Hall of Fame. It'll never be the same. Nah. Hey. It'll never be the same. It'll never be the same.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
It's time to get to work on outdoor projects. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams. From treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and TimberTech composite decking. They offer advice from real deck professionals to give you proper guidance to make your project go smoothly. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671. Go online at deckcityne.com or visit their new location just north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway. Deck City, your local deck experts.
Husker fans, this is Matt Davison with the 1890 Initiative. You've probably heard about NIL, name, image, and likeness. And now you can have an immediate impact on the success of our programs. The 1890 Initiative is Nebraska's premier NIL company. And with your help, we can maximize our student athletes' opportunities with NIL and prepare them for life after college. Nebraska has always been a leader in college athletics. Let's do the same with NIL. To learn more, visit 1890nebraska.com, where 100% of your donation goes directly to Husker student athletes. That's 1890nebraska.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
The Nebraska soccer team wants to see you this fall at Hibner Stadium for their 2023 season. Season tickets are on sale now. Reserve your spot to cheer on the Huskers as they take on some of the best teams in the Big Ten and around the country. Opponents include Missouri, Wisconsin, St. Louis, and more. To buy tickets, go to huskers.com/tickets or call 1-800-8-BIG-RED. They have a full season of fun set for this fall. For promotional information, visit huskers.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, skies. Storms a low of around 71. And tomorrow we'll see a lingering chance of scattered showers and so on. Otherwise, mostly sunny and a little cool tomorrow. We'll see a high of around 8. Meteorologist Kyle Hucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
The days of internet contracts and heavy fine print are over. It's time to experience hassle-free service with no contracts or hidden fees. That's the Allo promise. Allo Communications provides fiber internet, TV, and phone services with fair and no-nonsense pricing. All backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, 24/7 local support 365 days a year, and a monthly bill you can count on. Don't settle for gimmicks. Settle for hassle-free with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/hassle-free.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive. Always honest answers.
The Nebraska Lottery presents one beautiful crazy scratch ticket and promotion. It's the $5 Living Lucky with Luke Combs scratch ticket with a $50,000 prize. Enter non-winning